Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're gonna talk about how isolation saved my life. So basically, when God isolated me, it was a terrible moment for me, but it was also good that He isolated me as well, because if I didn't go through that isolation, I probably would have been maybe in jail or just doing the wrong things that I shouldn't even be doing. Because before my isolation, I was in a dark space, in a very dark space. And in a space that I've never been in my whole entire life. Like, that was the darkest moment of my life. And I'm glad God has isolated me, honestly, because it was very bad. Like, when I say everything was bad, like, it was way too dark for me. And I know some people could relate to this, because before anybody go through isolation, yeah, it's usually dark before they get into isolation. And it's even dark during isolation, but it gets so much better at the end, because now you start to see yourself different, and you start to see things that God has taught you during isolation. And also you start to see the things that you used to desire, you no longer have any desire for them. Your spiritual life is much better. You have a great relationship with God. Also, you start to see things around you change, and you start to have, and when you get to the end of it, you start to see opportunities coming in. And it's like you're basically back together. You got yourself together, but you're better, and you have a whole different identity. So if I didn't go through isolation, I probably would have been doing a lot of bad things and getting myself involved in parties, and probably drinking and smoking and fighting, going to jail. Like, I probably would have just been in so much, bad things. Like, I probably would have been just hanging around bad people, being influenced by bad people. Probably wouldn't be the best mother that, I know I could be, and I know that I am. Probably wouldn't even be like, I probably would have been going through a lot of, relationships, bad relationships, being verbally abused, being abused. If I didn't go through isolation, I probably would have been doing a lot of bad stuff, honestly. So isolation was one of the best things that I've ever gone through, because it taught me to be a better version of me. It taught me how to pray, rely on God. It taught me how to be obedient. It was just everything. It got my mind together. It made me realize the things that I needed to do to, be a better person. Just be a better person in general. Overall, it made me a better mother. It made me a better. Now I know I can be a great wife, because, I hold myself to a certain standard, and I won't just pick, or God just won't send me anything that my heart doesn't desire, So that is one too. Just make better choices now. Make better choices. Also, I get a chance. I could definitely say there's one thing that I enjoy doing is being able to be alone, because during isolation, I was alone. And before isolation, I was not alone. I was around so many people just being influenced by the wrong thing. And isolation has taught me how to be alone. Like, I know how to be alone now. I know I don't need to, I don't need a crowd to be around me. I don't need to be on the phone all the time, just gossiping about nothing, like literally nothing. Like, if this person is not directing you in the right direction, what's the point? What is the point talking to them? If they're not helping you with a business plan, yeah, just anything in general that's just gonna make you a better person and uplift you and encourage you to do the right thing, like, what's the point talking to them? So that is the few things that isolation has taught me. It really taught me to be the best version of myself. And it also will teach you to be the best version of yourself. And not only that, when you come out, you're gonna be a different person. You won't have the same identity that you had before. Your energy will not be low, because before isolation, my energy was so low. And now my energy is up. You know, I feel like I'm glowing now. And I'm sure everybody that gets out of isolation feels like, you know, they're glowing now. Their mind is clear now, because, baby, let me tell you, before isolation, my mind was clouded, like very clouded. And I'm glad that God put me through isolation, because now my mind is clear. I can think through. And not only that, there's certain people I do not allow into my space anymore. And yeah, that's about it. So those are a few things I went through during isolation, and that is why it saved my life. And, you know, if you know that isolation has saved your life, you know, comment down below. Tell me a few things that you feel like isolation has done for you to make you a better person. And why do you feel like it saved your life, okay? Love you guys. Bye.